Hey everyone, what is up? Docstorm here with you again. So today we want to continue the 4K deck series. As you know, I'm trying out new decks up in the 4K area just so that you guys have more decks to play with and I have more decks to play with. So let's take a look at the deck here. So this deck, I call it the GG deck because I use the Giant and Graveyard. That is my main combo. Other combos you can do is the Graveyard spell pair with minions because minions are fast and then you pretty much swarm the opponent. Now the opponent will most likely use arrows or something to stop your minions, but if they don't have arrows or fireball, it is very effective even if they have zap because your minions are still alive and then you're spawning skeletons essentially to protect your minions or vice versa to take down the tower. So you pretty much swarm them. The other strategy is to play the Tombstone, then play your Giant, and then as you slowly walk up towards the tower, you're building momentum, building your energy, building elixir, and then what you do is you lay the Graveyard spell once that tower targets your Giant as a tank, and then you have your Fireball there to back up anything that kind of they use to counter. Usually either minions or barbs or anything like that, you got your Fireball ready. So that's why you need the Giant to be played at the back first so that you can charge up your elixir count. So without talking too much more about this deck right now, let's take a look at a replay. So I'm going to show you this replay here as my opponent here is playing the Gravedigger spell. So he's using the Miner and Graveyard combo, which is another deck that I will talk to you more about, guys, in our next 4K deck series that will be coming. So here, there's no better play, so you play the Tombstone card. Maybe I should have played the Tombstone card on the other lane so that it's a little bit more defensive, but because we played it at the same time, sometimes it's hard. So maybe it's worth waiting that extra second. It's very up to you. So here my opponent does a Gravedigger with the Musketeer as backup, which is very strong as you can see here. I'm using minions because with the 3 count, it kind of takes out the skeletons a bit quicker. But the Musketeer at the back is doing its job. It is clearing it out. And again, you saw my opponent use the Fireball very effectively, which is one of the combos that you can use as well with the deck that I have. Except I don't have the Miner, I use the Giant. So here I'm going for my push this time, knowing what my opponent has. So play the Giant at the back. Boom, Bomb Tower. It's actually bad news, has high HP, and it does take out a lot. It's a splash damaging unit. But right now, you just do the best you can, right? So I try to play the Musketeer at the back because I want to take out not only the Knight, but also add some pressure on the Bomb Tower as I play the Graveyard spell. Now, the Graveyard spell placement is very important, guys. Why I placed it there is I was anticipating a Musketeer drop so that my skeletons can help kill off the Musketeer. But if I played it at the corner, which I will show you later on, it's more effective in swarming the tower itself, just because the skeletons do go randomly. So here, one good thing about what I did there was I separated, they had to commit some elixir on defense, so they did a half-ass push on that lane, which is great because now I disrupt his Gravedigger combination. So here I know I had to change things up. He placed the Bomb Tower a bit early in my opinion, but I guess he didn't have a better play to make. Why I played the Tombstone first is because, again, I want to waste some of that duration of the Bomb Tower before my Giant gets up there. And also it adds momentum for my skeletons. When it bursts, it gives me that extra support once my Giant is up there. But I knew that I have to make a huge defense here. And at this point, I knew that lane was gone. So right now I'm shifting focus on my push. So again, put the Wizard because the Wizard is good with the freeze. Now, double Bomb Tower here. So usually that would mean trouble, but with, again, that Fireball backup is huge. Now, the Knight is only 1 unit, so he's having huge troubles protecting that tower from the Graveyard spell, as you guys know. And that is one good location on the Graveyard put down because you want it to put it in that area so it concentrates on attacking around that tower in case they have spells, like the log that rolls up in a straight line can clear out the whole skeleton path. But if you can get it to circulate around that tower, it makes it harder for your opponent to defend. So here again, I'm just defending that Gravedigger combo that he did initially with way better success because I scattered my troops around. I'm learning again, guys, right? So here I double gianted because I need those tanks for my little skeletons. And then here I'm ready with my Fireball because I know that they're going to play the Bomb Tower or some other troop there, and my Fireball cleared a big path for me. not only did it clear the path, it also damaged the units that are incoming so that they couldn't make a huge counter push. So here again, I know that all I need is 785 HP, so I need to defend his Gravedigger push once more, and then I would have it in a bag. And now you can see my minion and skeleton push. So it is very effective because the minions and the skeletons, they just swarm that tower if they don't defend it. So there you have it, guys. That's my GG deck. And I'll show you guys another replay. So the other replay that I want to show you, perhaps, I could show you this minor one or this one here. So why don't I show you this one? It seems like it's a common deck built up. Now the bowler is excellent at countering my graveyard spell, also the log and the arrows. So there's a lot of counters for my graveyard spell. So I want to show you this deck. So he plays the minor or the giant. I play the wizard on the other side because you know what? I kind of want to push the other side. I don't know what he has up on his sleeve. But another option that you could have done was place the ice wizard to defend. So here, either I defend or I give it a good push. So we're all thinking about the same thing. Here, pretty much I knew at this point we're probably just trading towers here. And boom, revealed the lightning spell. Very well played by my opponent. And arrows on my minion. So at this point, we're just trading towers. So trading towers might not necessarily be a good thing when you're playing graveyard spell because you activate the king tower. Now he has an additional defense to defend against your graveyard spell. So 2 towers. And it really does knock that graveyard spell's effectiveness by a crap ton. So maybe it wasn't a good play, but again, it's still really early in the game. So you just try to play the best you can. All that tells me is I need my tanks up there to tank both towers before I can really do some damage with my graveyard spell. So here, bowler, perfect move for him, right? Huge defense. So that's why I play my musketeer further back. My musketeer's primary goal is just to take out defending troops that they're going to be using on my giant. So here, once that both towers engage my giant, I use my minions out to do some damage. Now, as you can see, both my giant and those minions cause a great distraction for my skeleton spell to still be very effective. So here again, just trying to defend the best I can, because you know that if I can defend this lane, I'd have a good chance at winning this. So awesome defense here, kill the giant. Good play on the lightning on my opponent's end, but good thing my king tower was there to soak up one of the shots so that my ice wizard was still back up. The giant there acts as a push, and also it pushes the bowler back as well, just so that it doesn't soak up as much damage. So here again, just adding invisible pressure with my giant, while I know that my main goal here is to defend that lane so that they can't take out that last tower of mine. So here, giant actually finished the job, so I didn't need my fireball, so I can use my fireball as a defense. Now again, same thing with the giant, it's just to distract the bowler. That's all it's doing. And then while my tombstone spell and my minions finish off the giant. So again, I knew if he didn't have any direct damage like the lightning spell, I had this one in the bag, but I guess he was cycling towards it and couldn't get to it in time. So there you have it, guys. So one of the weaknesses I have to say with this deck is a Royal Giant deck. Why that is there's not a good... Royal Giants are pingers. They can take down one tower easily throughout the duration of the game. As I said, the graveyard spell is not good once you take down an opponent's tower. This deck is more of a one tower win type of deck. So if they can effectively take down one of your towers too, it makes it a lot harder for you to win the game with a 2-tower win. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this deck. I'm going to show it to you here again. If you don't have the Ice Wizard, you can maybe pair it with a Princess. Something to defend against swarms is usually the best way to go. Ice Wizard is good because, as I said, this deck lacks a little bit of defense. It really gives it that oomph on the defensive part. Another thing you can try out is instead of the minions, you can choose to opt in for the Mega Minion. So things like that. So guys, again, I hope you enjoyed this deck. Give it a try. Let me know how it goes. Again, it's very effective from legendary trophies all the way to 4,000. So give it a try. Let me know what you think about this deck in the comments below. If you like what I'm doing, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Clash on, guys.